The Yellowstone universe has always thrived on conflict, family drama, and power struggles. But the new trailer for Marshals 2025 drops a bombshell that changes everything. Kayce Dutton, the loyal yet conflicted son of John Dutton and Thomas. Rainwater, the sharp and unrelenting leader of the Broken Rock tribe, are seen walking a path no one thought possible, a shocking new alliance. This single decision could reshape the future of both their worlds, turning enemies into allies, forcing fans to question whether this uneasy partnership will save them or destroy them. To understand why this alliance is so surprising, first need to look back at the complicated history between Kayce and Rainwater. From the very beginning of Yellowstone, their relationship has been built on distrust. Rainwater has always seen the Dutton family as an obstacle standing in the way of his people reclaiming land and power. Kayce, on the other hand, has always been caught in the middle. He's tied to his father's legacy, yet he's also a man who understands the importance of respect, honor, and survival. The trailer cleverly reminds us of this history without spelling it out directly. We see dark, sweeping shots of the land-opened fields, mountains, and shadows falling across the horizon. The visuals instantly set the tone. This is not just another fight. This is the beginning of something bigger, something that might redefine the boundaries of power in the Yellowstone universe. The score behind these opening moments is heavy, almost haunting, signaling that uneasy times lie ahead. Kayce's past decisions weigh heavily on this new story. In Yellowstone, he was often torn between protecting his family and doing what he felt was morally right. Those conflicting choices made him one of the most unpredictable characters. The trailer shows flashes of that same inner turmoil. His body language tells us more than words when Kayce walks into frame. His face is serious, burdened, as if he knows the price of this new step he's about to take. It's not the face of someone chasing power, but of a man forced into a position where survival means making dangerous choices. On the other side, Rainwater has always played the long game. In Yellowstone, he rarely acted out of anger alone. His moves were calculated, his words deliberate, his vision always greater than the moment. In this trailer, his presence carries that same commanding energy. He's shown speaking with authority, his tone sharp but calm, as if he's ready to gamble everything for a bigger cause. What makes this alliance shocking is that Rainwater knows aligning with Kayce means walking alongside the Dutton name. A name that has always been both powerful and poisonous to his goals. The trailer stitches these elements together in a way that feels both familiar and brand new. For longtime fans, it feels like the payoff of years of tension. For new viewers, it quickly introduces a powerful dynamic. Two men with different pasts and different worlds now forced to share the same road. The uneasy silence between them in certain shots says more than dialogue could. The tension is thick. You can almost feel that both men are wondering if they can truly trust each other, or if this alliance will collapse under the weight of their history. And this is what sets the stage so brilliantly. The trailer doesn't just show us Kayce and Rainwater standing side by side, it makes us feel the gravity of what that means. It makes us remember every fight, every betrayal, every uneasy stare they once shared, and then flips it on its head by forcing us to imagine what they could accomplish together. Will they find strength in their differences, or will those same differences be the cracks that bring them down? That's the power of this opening act. It grabs the audience by the throat and tells us that Marshals isn't going to be just another Yellowstone spinoff. It's going to be a story of unexpected alliances, impossible choices, and the heavy cost of survival. Kayce Dutton and Thomas Rainwater standing on the same side is more than just shocking. It's the beginning of a storm that no one, not even them, may be ready to face. Kayce Dutton has always been the reluctant hero of the Yellowstone universe. He never wanted power. He never asked for leadership. And yet the world around him kept pushing him into positions where survival meant taking charge. The Marshals 2025 trailer leans heavily on this theme, reminding us that Kayce is not a man chasing glory, but one trying to carry the weight of responsibility. From the very first frames that feature him, the camera lingers on his expressions, steady yet haunted. He walks like someone who has seen too much, fought too much, and lost too much, but who also knows he can't simply step away. The trailer makes it clear Kayce is stepping into a role larger than himself. And this time, there's no turning back. One of the most striking moments in the trailer shows Kayce standing alone in a wide-open field. The horizon stretched endlessly behind him. The visual feels symbolic. It's a reminder of how he has always been caught between two worlds, the land and the people he loves, versus the darker forces trying to take it all away. In that silence, you can almost hear his thoughts. How many battles can one man fight? Before he breaks, the trailer doesn't answer the question, but it plants the seed of doubt, forcing the audience to wonder if Kayce has the strength to face what's coming. The most surprising element is his willingness to work with Thomas. Rainwater. For years, Kayce's loyalty to his family put him in direct conflict with Rainwater's goals. Now, the trailer shows him walking side by side with the tribal leader. Their movements in sync, their eyes set on the same horizon. For Kayce, this isn't about trust or even friendship. It's about survival. The federal threat looming over both sides is too big to ignore. Kayce seems to understand that standing alone will only guarantee defeat. This shift in his character is one of the biggest transformations we've seen, yet Kayce choosing alliance over isolation, strategy over instinct. But even in his moments of strength, the trailer hints at Kayce's inner turmoil. We see glimpses of him looking down, his jaw tight, his face carved with hesitation. There's a brief but powerful sequence where Kayce is shown sitting at a table, his hands clasped, staring at something off screen. The lighting is dim, the air heavy, almost suffocating. It suggests a man weighing the cost of his choices. Does aligning with Rainwater betray his father's legacy, or does it honor the bigger fight his family always stood for? This tension gives Kayce's arc a richness that makes the trailer so compelling. There's also a sense that Kayce is carrying scars from his past, scars that will shape every decision he makes in this new story. His time as a rancher, as a soldier, and as John Dutton's son has left him with experiences that no other character shares. He understands violence, he understands sacrifice, but he also understands the danger of letting either consume him. The trailer subtly plays on this duality. In one moment he's calm, speaking in measured words. In the next, he's seen in the heat of confrontation, his voice rising, his body tense, ready for a fight. This balance between peace and chaos is what makes Kayce so unpredictable and so magnetic. The most powerful line of dialogue tied to Kayce in the trailer is short but loaded. Sometimes the only way forward is through. It's a line that feels like it belongs to him, a man who has faced so many walls in his life and has had no choice but to break through them. It also perfectly captures his current situation. Aligning with Rainwater isn't the easy choice, it's the necessary one. It's Kayce accepting that survival isn't about doing what feels comfortable, but about stepping into the storm even when every instinct tells him to run the other way. Visually, the trailer reinforces Kayce's role as the emotional core of the series. He isn't dressed in the clean, commanding look of a leader. Instead, his clothes are rugged, worn, dusted with the weight of the land he walks. He looks like a man shaped by the dirt under his boots, not by titles or power. This grounds him in a way that makes the audience connect with him instantly. No matter how big the political game gets, Kayce remains the human heart of it, all a man who fights because he must, not because he wants to. By the end of the trailer, it's clear that Kayce Dutton is no longer just John Dutton's son or Monica's husband. He's stepping into a new identity, one defined by the choices he makes and why. Marshals. His partnership with Rainwater isn't about rewriting his past, but about surviving the future. The questions left hanging are the ones that sting the most. Will this new alliance strengthen Kayce, or will it cost him the very things he's been trying to protect all along? Asterisk. If Kayce is the reluctant heart of why, Marshals 2025, then Thomas Rainwater is the sharp edge of its strategy. For years, Rainwater has been painted as a man with a vision larger than himself, a leader who carries the history, pain, and future of his people on his shoulders. In Yellowstone, he was both an antagonist and an ally, depending on where you stood, but always a figure of undeniable authority. The new trailer makes it clear. In this spin-off, Rainwater is stepping onto a much larger stage, and his decisions are going to shake the foundations of everything around him. The first time we see Rainwater in the trailer, the camera frames him with precision. He's standing high on a ridge, the wind cutting across the land behind him, his posture unshaken, his gaze sharp. This imagery isn't random. It tells us that Rainwater is more than just a political leader. He is a symbol of endurance. His presence commands the screen, and with only a few words. He sets the tone for what's to come. Doesn't need to shout or threaten. His calm, measured delivery speaks louder than anger ever could. But the trailer hints that Rainwater's usual calm will be tested. There's a moment where he is seen at a council table, surrounded by advisors, his expression cold but restless. The dialogue we hear, short, sharp, and cutting, reveals that his people are under a new kind of threat. One too large to face with tradition alone. This is where his big move comes into play. Rainwater has always relied on his ability to outthink his enemies, to play chess while others play checkers. Now, the trailer shows him making his boldest gamble yet, partnering with Kayce Dutton. This alliance is not born of friendship, it's born of necessity. Rainwater understands that the federal forces and outside powers moving into their land are not enemies that can be faced alone. The trailer captures this realization in subtle but powerful ways. In one shot, Rainwater looks down at a map spread across a table, his hand resting firmly on the center of it, as if declaring ownership of everything it represents. Yet his eyes betray the truth. Ownership means nothing without the ability to defend it. His choice to stand beside Kayce is not about compromise. It's about survival. The brilliance of Rainwater's role in the trailer is how it blurs the line between power and sacrifice. Aligning with Kayce means walking with the legacy of John Dutton, a man Rainwater openly opposed for years. It means risking the trust of his own people, who may see this partnership as betrayal. The tension is written all over his face in the trailer. In one fleeting shot, he is shown in close-up, his eyes narrowing, his jaw tightening, as if carrying the weight of centuries of history. He knows that one wrong move could fracture the very people he swore to protect. Yet Rainwater has never been a man afraid of risk. His entire arc has been about reclaiming what was lost, even if it meant breaking alliances, testing friendships, or making enemies. The trailer hints at this side of him when we see him delivering one of the most striking lines to protect the future. "I will stand with those I once fought." It's not just a line, it's a declaration, one that perfectly defines his character. Rainwater isn't surrendering his ideals. He's adapting them, bending them to fit a world that has shifted beneath his feet. The visual storytelling around Rainwater in the trailer is just as important as his words. His wardrobe, clean yet traditional, symbolizes his balance between heritage and modern politics. The settings he is shown in council chambers, open landscapes, and dimly lit negotiation rooms highlight the multiple worlds he straddles. He is a leader of his people, but also a player in the wider, harsher game of American power. The trailer shows him moving seamlessly between these spaces, reminding viewers that Rainwater is as much a politician as he is a warrior. There's also a sense of forewarning in how Rainwater is framed. The trailer gives us quick flashes of his allies and enemies, faces tense, voices raised, threats exchanged. In each of these moments, Rainwater stands at the center, not flinching, not breaking. But the question lingers, is his confidence enough to withstand the storm he's walking into? Partnering with Kayce may solve one problem, but it could open the door to even greater dangers. By the end of the trailer, Rainwater's role is crystal clear. He is no longer just defending his people from outsiders. He is stepping into a larger war, one that demands strategy, sacrifice, and a willingness to walk alongside former enemies. His big move is not just about forming an alliance. It's about reshaping the battlefield entirely, choosing to fight in a way no one expected. Whether his people will follow him, or whether this decision will cost him their trust, is the question the series seems eager to answer. Rainwater has always been a man of vision. In Marshals, the trailer shows us a vision sharpened by desperation, power, and foresight. This is the boldest version of Thomas Rainwater we've ever seen. Calculated, unflinching, and willing to gamble everything for a chance at survival. The alliance with Kayce Dutton isn't just shocking. It's a masterstroke. One that could either secure his people's place in history or bring them face to face with their greatest downfall. Asterisk, when the trailer for Why? Marshals 2025 finally reveals Kayce Dutton and Thomas Rainwater standing together. It isn't just a moment of surprise, it's a declaration that the rules of the Yellowstone universe have changed. For years, their relationship has been defined by opposition, two men standing on opposite sides of history, land, and loyalty. Yet here in this spin-off, the trailer makes it clear they are walking shoulder to shoulder, forced into an uneasy partnership that could either reshape their world or shatter it completely. The power shift is immediate. In Yellowstone, alliances often lived and died by blood ties. But Kayce and Rainwater's bond is not built on family, is built on necessity. The trailer captures this through haunting visuals. In one sequence, we see Kayce and Rainwater facing down a group of federal officials. Their stance is united, their eyes steady, as if silently telling the world, we may not trust each other, but together we are stronger than you expect. The image alone is striking. It feels like watching two predators circle the same prey, fully aware that their survival depends on temporary cooperation. But beneath the surface, hidden agendas pulse like ticking time bombs. Kayce's motivations are painted across his weary face. He is a man who has always carried the burden of protecting his family. But in this trailer, his choices suggest he is protecting something larger, legacy, perhaps, or the fragile peace that still clings to the land. Rainwater's motives, on the other hand, are sharper, more calculated. He has never stopped fighting for his people, and aligning with Kayce may be his boldest gamble yet. The question the trailer whispers into the audience's ear is simple but chilling. Can either of them truly trust the other? Or are they only buying time until betrayal becomes inevitable? There's a particularly powerful scene in the trailer, where both men are shown at the same table, maps and documents scattered between them. The camera lingers on their hands, Kayce's rough, dirt-stained fingers gripping the edge of the table, Rainwater's steady hand pressed firmly against the paper. It's a visual metaphor, two men staking claim on the same ground, bound together by the fight, but still divided by history. The silence between them is almost louder than dialogue, a silence heavy with unspoken doubts and unhealed wounds. The alliance also hints at a new political landscape. For years, the Duttons and the Broken Rock tribe clashed over land rights, heritage, and power. But now, the trailer suggests an external enemy, federal forces, corporate giants, or unseen political powers, has grown too dangerous to face alone. This raises the stakes beyond personal grudges. The alliance is no longer just about two men. It's about entire communities putting aside generations of mistrust to fight something far bigger. Still, the trailer refuses to paint it as clean or simple. Every glance, every pause, every flicker of hesitation suggests that betrayal is not only possible, but inevitable. What makes this alliance truly fascinating is the fragile balance of power it represents. Kayce brings the legacy of the Dutton name, the weight of his family's land, and his hard-earned experience in survival and warfare. Rainwater brings political influence, vision, and the unshakable loyalty of his people. Together, they form a force too strong to ignore. With power comes suspicion. The trailer deliberately plants seeds of doubt, showing quick flashes of tense conversations, raised voices, and sharp stares between them. The alliance may begin with a handshake, but it seems destined to end in fire. The hidden agendas stretch beyond Kayce and Rainwater themselves. The trailer hints at forces around them, family members, advisors, and rivals who will test the strength of this alliance at every turn. In one quick shot, Monica is seen watching Kayce with concern, as if questioning whether this partnership will cost more than it saves. On Rainwater's side, a close advisor is shown whispering in his ear, their expression doubtful perhaps, even defiant. These small but telling details suggest that while the alliance may look powerful from the outside, it is under siege from within. By the end of the trailer, the alliance is framed as both a beacon of hope and a ticking time bomb. The final moments show Kayce and Rainwater walking side by side into the unknown, their silhouettes outlined against a burning horizon. It's a powerful image, one that encapsulates the entire theme of why Marshals. Two men who once stood as enemies now walk together, bound not by loyalty, but by necessity, carrying with them the heavy weight of history and the looming shadow of betrayal. This is more than just a partnership. It's a gamble. And in the world of Yellowstone, every gamble comes with a price. The trailer leaves us with the haunting question: will this alliance rewrite the future, or will it collapse under the weight of secrets and hidden agendas waiting to explode?